At the end of the school year, students usually find themselves feeling the urge to get active. For most people, going to the gym is a way to stay in shape. For Dan Grennon, it's a way to stay alive. Dan has Crohn's disease. People who have it often experience stunted growth. It can be difficult to gain weight because the body takes in fewer vitamins and nutrients from food. For Dan, he will have it for the rest of his life. I spent a few days with Dan, watching his routine, learning what it's really like to live with this debilitating disease.
Favorite ice cream? Mint chocolate chip. Favorite movie? Gladiator. Feeling small bothers me because of when I was younger. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when I was 13 years old. I was 76 pounds on a 5'5" frame. 13. Skin and bone. What an autoimmune disease is your body attacking itself. By science, Darwin's, natural selection, I should not be alive. Defective. No medication, I'm dead. Eventually. Probably survive if it goes into remission. But,
That is what it is.
nature says you're not supposed to be able to do this.
But you're doing it.
I disagree, yeah. It's scary. I don't know, it was a very eerie feeling.
Crohn's disease often originates in the large intestine. Symptoms include cramping, fever, and weight loss. Sometimes anemia, rashes, and arthritis can flare up, adding to the difficulty. Without a known cure, the best Dan can do is take medication to manage the disease.
Medication basically helps heal the lesions in my lower bowels that stop me from, medication allows me to absorb food correctly. So, and thus I can put on weight, but I still have a lot of, not problems specifically with the pain so much anymore, but I have to eat, 7,000 calories a day really to gain muscle weight.
In the fall, Dan entered a 1,000-pound competition to test himself and get a better look of how he could accomplish his goals.
That to me was a very scary thing, and I feel like when you don't have control, which some other people may be able to imagine been in a situation where they don't have control over what's happening to them, it's very scary. But you kind of give in almost, whereas kind of accept what's happening to you, and you're more comforting towards the people around you who are even more worried about you than you are.
And although Dan wants to keep pushing himself, he knows how far he's come.
I remember there was a time that I couldn't lift the bar. When I was trying to lift the bar, shoulder would kill me, couldn't do it. That's a strange thing to think about for someone who's been, training 6 years.
What do you train for?
Myself. I actually get that question quite a bit, people, because I spend a lot of time. It's a big part of my life, I was always really quiet kid, nervous. Went through a lot of phases in my life where I wasn't exactly the best kid. A lot of stuff happened in my life that isn't exactly, happy. But I think I've come a long way. That's what I think.
This spring, he plans to enter the 1,000-pound competition again. His goal is to top his personal best of 1,090 pounds.
Lightest person body weight wise to make it in. So, I think I weighed 168 when I lifted that last year. So, what was it? 365 squat, 275 bench, pulling 450 deadlift. It helps me with the idea of knowing that I can be told that something is going to be extremely hard, if not impossible, to do, and just being well, fuck your opinion. I've never been able to. It's one of those things where, tell me that you can't do something, and I'm probably going to go try to do it.
And while Dan's height will never top 5'7", he's determined to grow in other ways, refusing to be slowed by his disease.
Putting up some big numbers this time around. Last time, disappointed myself, honestly. This time around, at least a 455 squat, pulling 500, and then we'll see if I can hit 325 bench maybe. Then changing the diet up, little tweaks here and there in technique. Everything's looking good, feel great. So we'll see, hopefully it helps.